Hey y'all, it's Diane with Shaw Craft One, my old barn door, and I have been talking about doing some ring binder journals for a while now, and I've had quite a few people who've asked me if I would do them on video or do one on video. So I'm working on 6 farm journals. They're ring binder journals and they're all different sizes. So here's one. Now I only have the covers and the pages done so far, and the covers are not complete. I've just gotten them started, and so I thought we could just do some craft with me's and just play along as I go to decorate the ring binder journals. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do like a little series of videos that are me decorating probably just one of the ring binder journals, because you don't need to watch me make all 6. That would take forever. So I'll just do videos on one of them. And I just thought, why not let the camera play while I'm working? So that's what we're going to do. And we're just going to kind of do like a craft with me. And then this one I have started, and I want to use, my sweet friend Rhonda sent me this a long time ago, and I've been hoarding it. So now it's time to use it. Y'all know we're masters of hoarding. So it's gorgeous, and I kind of want to make this the cover somehow. So haven't figured out yet how I'm going to do it. So, but that's going to be somewhat what it's going to look like. I don't know. What do y'all think? Hey, y'all give me your opinion. Do you think I should just leave the gold, or should I cover it in fabric, or maybe do a collage on it and then add this? What do y'all think? So leave your suggestions in the comment box below and help me out by giving me y'all's opinions. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to clear all of this stuff off of my desk, and I'm going to just pick one of the binder rings, and we'll get started doing our craft with me. So bear with me 1 second. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to do was just kind of show y'all what I've done so far. So I went through and I chose some covers, or some images that I wanted to use on my cover, and I printed them on, this is actually photo paper, because when you use the photo paper, it gives you a brighter print. And I wanted that brighter print for my for the journal covers. I wanted it to be a more vibrant print and not so faded. So that's what I did. And then I took and I put the cheesecloth underneath, and I stitched around the edges, and I wanted a messy, sloppy stitch. And then I picked fabrics to, well, actually, what the first thing I did was I painted the covers of the journals. The reason I do that, you can either paint them with gesso or just a plain white acrylic paint, or whatever color acrylic paint you have, really and truly, as long as it doesn't show through the fabric. And the reason I do that is to kind of give the glue a base to hold on to, because with a lot of the ring binder journals, the covers are that glossy cover, and it's hard for the glue to stick to that. But if you paint it, you kind of prime it and you get it ready for the glue. So that's what I did. I painted the cover. Actually, the first thing I did was I picked all my pages. I picked all the pages, and I spent quite a few days picking pages and punching holes and putting pages into all of the ring binders. And then I primed the cover with the paint. I just used a plain acrylic paint that I got from a friend. I'll show you what I used. This is the paint that I used, but like I say, you can use gesso or paint, whatever you have. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and it was on sale for $1.49, so you could use that. Just whatever you have on hand, that you can just get a primer coat or a base coat on your journal cover. And then I put the glue on. Well, I picked my fabrics and measured them out to fit the journal covers. And then I went ahead and I did, I put the glue on, and then I added the fabric. So this one is a quilted fabric that I've had for a long time, and I love the red, white, and blue. I'm thinking about spraying some coffee on here and just kind of coffee dyeing it a little. But I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do that. I probably should have done that if I was going to do it. I probably should have done it before I added this picture. But there is one that I did do. I'll show you. Let me just grab it. So I did do this one, and I had already put the fabric on, but I had not put the picture on yet. And so I thought, it's just kind of bright white. See, like this one, it's a brighter white than this one is. You can kind of see the difference in the two. And so I just took some coffee, and I've got a little spray bottle here. Let me see if I can grab it. It's just a little spray bottle that I got from Walmart. I put some coffee in it, and I just sprayed the fabric. Now I can see, you know, it bubbled. Not, I mean, just one little spot, and that's actually not a bubble. There's something underneath there. So I don't look for my journals to be perfect or, you know, flawless. So it's never going to be flawless if you get a journal from me. It's going to be a handmade creation, and to me, the flaws in it are kind of what gives it more of a handmade feel. So anyway, the whole point of that was to say, you know, you can make a little bit of a difference and age it a little just by spraying the coffee on it. And I may do that on this one as well, just to kind of tone down the bright white some. But I don't mind the bright white either, so I don't know. We'll see. I may do that, and I might do it to this one as well. So once I got the fabric on the cover, what I did with these, I did not stitch these to the actual fabric. I just basically, like this one I did, I don't know if you can see here where I stitched it, but I basically just kind of, I stitched these three pieces together, like the bases together. I stitched these together, and then I just glued it onto the cover. It makes it a little easier in your placement of putting the fabric on the journal cover, not to try and stitch it in the right place and then, you know, maneuver it around. So it just makes it a little easier, and it still looks like it's stitched on, but it's actually glued on. So this one I did the same way. All right, so once I finished that, then I opened my journal, and we're going to do something with this too. We're going to do lots of little projects in this project, or in this series of videos. We're going to make some pockets and some belly bands and just have fun decorating this journal. So, but anyways, so then I flipped everything over on the inside, and I have a video that shows you how to cover a binder ring journal, and I will try to link it in this video below. And if I can get time, it's been a little crazy, but if I can get time, I'll try to put a series of videos together, maybe in a playlist. But for now, we'll just start with this. So anyways, I'll link the video that shows you how to do the cover, you know, how to cover the ring binder. So then, now what we need to do is we need to pick what we want on the inside covers of the journal. This looks like it's got a piece of tape on there. But usually I don't do that till kind of the end, so that I kind of get a feel for the journal, and then I can kind of bring it all together with the inside cover. So a lot of times I'll just leave these like they are until I'm finished decorating the whole journal and everything. And it's just according to when I get the inspiration to do it, I guess you could say. So anyways, this is the inside cover, incomplete. And then here we have the pages of the journal. I'm going to pull this off. Hang on. Okay, that was getting on my nerves for some reason. All right, so the first thing I do after I do my cover and, you know, I get ready to go in and start decorating the journal is I try to think of, you know, how many pockets do I want in the journal? What do I want on the edges of the pages in the journals? What kind of textiles do I want to use, like laces and quilt fabrics and things like that? So That's what I consider doing next when I get finished with my cover. Now, sometimes I do my covers last. It just so happened this time I was inspired to do the covers first, and so I went ahead and did them. But a lot of times I'll leave the covers and I'll decorate the whole inside of the journal before I'll leave the covers just plain. I won't even paint them or anything. I'll decorate the whole inside of the journal, and then I'll take all the pages out, stack them up, somewhere on the desk, and then I do the cover. So it's pretty much just whatever I'm inspired to do first. That's kind of what I do. So today what I want to do is I want to go in and decide what we're going to have on the edges of the pages. Now, some people like having things hang out the edges of the journal and some people don't. I like having things hanging out the edges. So, if you want a good clean, if you want good clean lines on your journal, then don't do this part. But if you want the fluffies and the frillies coming out on the sides, which I love, then this is the part for us. So we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to pick some textiles and some fabrics and some things that we want on the edges of the pages, and we're just going to get started doing those, and I'll show you some of the different things that I like to use for that. So hang on, let me gather some supplies and we'll be right back. And hey, if you want to craft with me, go ahead and pause the video, get your supplies together of all the different things that you think that you would like on the edges of the pages. Grab those and we'll get started. Okay, so I have gathered a little box of goodies here. I'm going to scoot that up and show you. So I have me a crafty little box, and for each part of the project, I'm just going to try and pile some things in here that I think I might want to use, and then we'll kind of go from there. I did go a little crazy. Of course, we're not going to use all of this, but wouldn't that all be pretty just poking out the side of the journal? Yum. So in my crafty little box here, I have some of my snippet rolls that I get from my sweet friend Sarah, and look at that with the cute cows. This one's like a farm style one, and this one is too. It's got the denim. This one has feed sack fabrics. Yum. I mean, all things nostalgia. And then this one. So we of course will not use all of this, but I just kind of wanted to have it at hand in case I wanted to. And then these are some of the, back a while back, sometime last year I think, I was doing these pockets and belly bands where I was just kind of stitching my scrap fabrics together and using them. And these are my leftovers, so I thought, why not use these in these journals, because I love them. So I have some of these, and like this right here, this would be a cute belly band. Yep, so anyways, so I have these, and then I grabbed some of my torn quilty scraps that I got from my sweet friend Laura. I love using these as like page tabs and things to poke out the sides or the tops of the journal. So I got some of that, and then some of these laces and eyelets and fabrics, and this one I've been hoarding forever, and so I figure it's time to use it. And then some of my vintage 80s ribbons, some burlap ruffle, some laces, and then I love using my plain cards as page tabs. So I picked quite a few, and the reason I picked so many is because this way I have a good variety to choose from, but also I have 6 journals that I'm going to be working on. So once I do this video with y'all, then I will decorate the other 5 journals. I'll do this part on the other 5 journals, and then I'll come back and do the next video. So kind of doing it as a mass making project, and just trying to kind of get it kind of an assembly line type deal. So let's just get started playing. I know y'all are sick and tired probably of hearing me talk, but I'm doing it this way simply because I had some people who asked me to do it this way. So I'm trying to be really explanatory and give you step-by-steps on how I do my ring binder journals, so that it kind of hopefully will inspire you and give you some ideas of some things that you can do too. So I'm going to lower the camera 1 second. Okay, so now we can start picking. So what I do the first thing I do is I decide what I want to use in this journal in particular. And so I'll just kind of flip through the pages and kind of get a feel for what's in here. I have lots of different types of pages in here. Vintage pages, vintage wallpaper, children's pages. These are some Ideals magazine pages. So there's a Holly Hobby, because you know you gotta have Holly Hobby in a farm journal, because why not? Because she's a pretty girl. Or in my mind's eye she is. So I just kind of flip through, kind of get a feel for what's in here. And I have about 70-ish pages in each one of these so far. Look at this. How cool is that? I love that. You know, so this just kind of gets me inspired when I flip through here and see what all I have. And then I can kind of go from there and decide which embellishments I want on the edges of the pages. So, and sometimes I'll use these cards and I'll take a card like, let's find something really cute. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's do this one. Isn't he adorable? I love him. Super cute. So if I don't want to put him on the edge of the page, I'll just take my hole punch and I'm going to just punch one hole in the corner like that, and I'm just going to slip him on a ring. Now you can embellish the back and make it a journal card if you want to, which I probably should, but maybe we'll do that later. No, let's just do that now. I know this is kind of jumping back and forth on stuff, y'all, so just bear with me. I'm just kind of flying by the seat of my pants on this. I'm trying to find something to put on the back of that card. I'm digging through my scrap pile here. I just kind of want like a plain type of paper. You know, something you can journal on or something you can write on. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's use this. These, a lot of times I'll take the leaves, like the front and back leaf of the book that I've took apart, and if it's a pretty color, I'll save it to use for things like this. So let's just go ahead real quick and do this. I know we're supposed to be doing the page edges, but this is what happens with me when I craft, okay? It's like squirrel, and I get an idea and I have to go do that right then. So that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go with the flow and craft and have fun. All right, so what I want to do, since the back side of this is kind of, it has that clear coat on it, so it makes it kind of slick and it makes it hard for the glue to attach to it. So I'm just going to take a little file, like a nail file, and file that down. Let me grab a piece of wax paper so that we can get rid of the dust from it. So I'm just going to rub over this. And it doesn't have to be, you know, super sanded, and you can use sandpaper too. If you have sandpaper and you don't have a nail file, hey, go for it. Just use whatever you've got. All right. So then I'm just going to take my glue stick and run that over my card. And then I'm going to just take my card I'm just trying to line it up with the edges. There we go. And then I'm going to take this like some kind of something to burnish it down with. I tend to use old gift cards for this because you can really get a good grip, and it gets it good and flat on there. All right, and then we're just going to trim it out. So while we're doing this craft with me, there's probably not really going to be like a plan. I'm going to try to have a plan, but I never stick to the plan. So it's just going to be a craft with me, and we're just going to do whatever happens. So hopefully y'all can enjoy that. And it's just how I craft. Okay, so see, that is a little bit too big. I don't have a smaller little punch, so we're just going to kind of improvise here and go around the edges of this to make our, and it doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, I've never been perfect, so, and I don't plan to start now. But I do need to trim that down a little. Ooh, I'm hot. I might have to kick on my fan. So if y'all hear my fan, sorry, I might have to turn it on because, you know, I'm having a hot flash. My own private little summer here. Huh? Okay, so we have our paper backing on. So now we just need to re-punch our hole. Get rid of that. And you want to make sure that the edges are glued down really well. And if you want to, you can stitch around it. I'm not going to stitch around it. I think it looks cute just like it is. However, we can ink it. Let's ink it. Where are we on our time? And it doesn't have to be. It might help if I add some ink to my ink pad. Okay, and I think I want to add a cute little stamp. So let me grab a stamp. Okay, I found this cute little sunflower stamp, and I think that that will be adorable. I have this Orange Blossom Ranger ink that I've had forever. So let's see. I'm going to use a little scrap piece of paper here and stamp off on it first to make sure we get a good stamp. Let's try that one more time. I don't like the way that edge is doing. That's okay though. I'll just try to be careful with the edge. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to grab a baby wipe and just wipe the edge off. That stamp's got something funny on it. Okay, hopefully y'all can see. So I think I want to kind of just do the sunflower stamp down here in the very corner. Here we go. All right, I'm going to wipe this off. I don't know what is on this stamp. Oh my goodness. This stamp was given to me. Okay, I'll finish cleaning that in a little bit, because y'all don't want to sit and watch that. Alright, so now you have a cute little stamped journaling card. You can journal on the back of it. You can journal right over the stamping. And we can add him here. So see, he's super cute. Uh-oh, I got my glue on my card. Let's just wipe that off. And you know, if you want to do something even cuter, you can put a little piece of ribbon or something here in the corner. So let's see what we have. Okay, so I just punched a hole in the corner here, added a cute little ribbon, and tied it on with a little bit of real thin jute twine. Okay, so now we're going to get to the point of the video. I'm so sorry. But you know, when you're initially starting a series, anyway, I'm going to quit running my mouth. So we're just going to get started. Here we go. All right, so I think I want to do maybe, let's do, I'm going to do 3 playing cards as page tabs. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick the playing cards that I want. I want that one. And I think Cowhand Cow is really cute, so we'll do that one. And then let's do one of these old buggies. Let's do one of those. All right. So let's just go through and pick. And I just kind of pick at random where I want them to go. So like here, I think I would like maybe one here in the center. And let's do this one for the center. And so then I'm just going to kind of lay it down on here. I'm going to grab my stapler. And I'm basically just going to staple it on in about 3 different spots. And I like to leave enough that gives me half inside the page. That way you can use that as a tuck if you want to tuck something in there. So it's a usable page tab. You can, put paper here, decorate it, whatever you want to do. You can let's put some ribbon there and cover up the staples, just to kind of show you how to, that you can kind of pretty that up and make it not look so, like it's just raw staples there. So let's use some pretty ribbon and line it down the page. And I'm just going to cut a piece off. Maybe. Oh, Lord help me. Jesus, these scissors need to be sharpened. I've sharpened them, but I'm not doing something right. I don't know what I'm not doing right, but I'm not doing something right. All right, let's use our Fabri-Tac. And I'm just going to put a thin line of Fabri-Tac right down on the edge of my page. And we'll add our ribbon. And then we have both sides of the page, something pretty on both sides of the page. And I don't worry about it being lined up to the edges of the pages. I actually like it kind of sticking out a little. It's my love for imperfection, I think. Maybe it's laziness. I don't think it's laziness. I think it's really just a love for, things not being perfect. So now you have that page edge decorated. Now we're going to flip on through here and find us another page that we would like one on. Let's put one here. Let's add the colorful one here, and let's put him at the top of the page. How about this? And we're going to let him stick out just a little bit more. Can y'all see what I'm doing? I have to stand on my tiptoes to see the camera. Alright, so we're just going to staple him on. Now you can staple these. You can stitch them if you want to. You can glue them if you want to. However you want to do it. It's, completely your choice. This is just the way I like to do it. Okay, and then we're going to flip on through and find us another spot for another card. And I kind of like to spread them out throughout the journal, so like, you don't have all your plain cards in the front of the journal and laces in the back or whatever. I kind of just like to spread them out everywhere. So let's see, where do we want Cowhand Cow to go? And I love the color on the back of that. Oh, we've gone too far. We're at the end of the journal. Maybe here? Nope, don't want him there. I want him on kind of a more plain page like this one. Let's put him on this one. And we'll put him kind of at the bottom, so we've kind of staggered it in different ways. And you know what? I'm going to stitch this one just to kind of show you the difference in what it looks like. Now, I'm not going to take you to the sewing machine. I'm just going to take this over there. But that's the one of the great things that I love about ring binder journals is you can take the page out and do what you want to with it. You don't have to deal with the bulk of the book. And then when you finish with that page, you can put it back in. So hang on, I'm going to stitch this. Be right back. Okay, so I have it stitched on now, and that just kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like when you stitch it. Not much different, just a different texture, look, and feel. So, all right, so now I'm going to flip back to the front of the journal. He's cute. I like the way he turned out. And see, you have just a little bit sticking out the edge, but I love that because then we're going to add some laces and things, and it'll kind of blend it all together. All right, so the next thing I want to do, let's take some of this ruffled burlap and let's put maybe a piece or two somewhere throughout the journal. So this is kind of how I go about, yeah, it's kind of how I go about doing, adding the things on the edge of my journal pages. And I just kind of flip through my pages and see where I think it needs something. And like maybe here, let's put a ruffled ribbon here, or a ruffled burlap. And I'm going to use a different pair of scissors because I have found that when you cut through burlap, it does dull your scissors very quickly. And so I use the ones that I don't really care if they get dulled. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut. I just want a small piece of this so that I don't add too much bulk to the journal. And I'm just going to run a bead of glue down the edge or the center where the stitching is that holds the ruffle in place, and that way I know that my ruffle is not going to come apart. Okay, so we're just going to put some of that there, and then we're just going to add our ruffle to the page. I'm going to hold it down for just a second. Okay, and then I think I want to put a little embellishment on there. You can use a button or a flower or whatever, but I think I want to add a little flower on there. And you know what? It needs something underneath. Hang on. Okay, we're going to put a little piece of eyelash trim. We're just going to kind of roll it up. This is that long-haired eyelash trim, and it is so soft. It feels so good. So I'm just going to take my glue gun, put a little dab of glue, and push my eyelash trim down into the glue. And I like to use, these are chopsticks. That way I don't burn my finger. And then I'm just going to put some glue here. And put my flower down. And then you have, you know, just a little something with a contrasting color that kind of brings that flower out a little bit more, and it doesn't just blend right into the burlap. Okay, where are we on our time? Okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off because it's going to cut me off anyway in just a second. So I know we didn't get far, but we'll come back in the next video and we'll finish the edges of our pages and then move on to maybe pockets, or I don't know what we'll do next, but we'll, whatever we get inspired to do. So I hope you can craft with me and have fun with me and just kind of relax and do your thing and go with the flow and enjoy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for me if you will. Send your friends, and join me tomorrow and for another craft with me. Hope y'all have a great day. Big hugs.